Seth Quealy, Mental Edge Sports, here with Coach John Frank, owner of Red and Blue Sports, and former Philadelphia Eagle and University of Utah defensive MVP back in the late 90s. John, thanks for taking the time to talk with me today. Just wanted to kind of have you talk about your thoughts as it relates to going back to when you played. Anything you did before a game to get yourself mentally ready to give yourself the best chance to maximize your performance?
Sure. Yeah, no, thanks for coming. Seth's been great with my kids here that I'm training, giving them a few mental edges, right? You know, just going back, and I was able to share this story last week or 2 weeks ago about getting ready for a game, and there's many different ways to prepare for a game, right? Everyone has their own way, and there's not one way that's going to work for everyone out there, you know. One thing might work for another guy. Visualization might work great for one person. You know, it may not work well for another. But I found that it's worked fantastic for me. It seemed like there wasn't a night that went by that I wouldn't lay down on my pillow and before I went to bed and visualize what I was going to do. And it was probably 2 or 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, because I wasn't able to sleep. But so don't let that keep you up. But you know, seeing yourself go through the plays, what you're going to do, and it's amazing what can happen. I call it, you know, kind of like a mind-foot coordination, right? Mind-foot. It sounds like or brain-foot coordination, right?
Sure, sure.
Or foot-eye. What do you want to call it? It kind of sounds like pink eye, right? It's like a bad disease.
Yeah.
But it's a real thing, and you know, people underestimate the power of that, and just being able to see yourself make plays, no matter what the sport, you know, because you've already gone through the scenario, you've already gone through it in your mind, and you get to the game, and you get to the situation, and man, you're all of a sudden relaxed because I played the game already in my mind.
Right.
You know, and one story I relayed to you earlier was, you know, going to a game, we'd always take the team bus, and like I said earlier, there are different guys that listen to rap, listen to Metallica, listen to different music like that, and but
Metallica, that dates you a little bit, man.
Metallica dates me a little bit. Yeah. Well, this will really date me. How about play that funky music, white boy?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I don't know what it was, but you know, that always kind of made me laugh because I think you know, that's kind of funny music, like that disco era music. And so it relaxed me because I found humor in it. And so going to the game, I'd always listen to that stuff. I'd just giggle to myself because it's just a different genre. And I especially giggle to myself because the guys behind me listening to all the hard stuff were looking at me like, what's this guy listening to? You know, this guy's crazy. Yeah. Especially Coach Whittingham, who's my defensive coordinator, would look over at me at the bus and just give me like the puzzled bewilderment look, right? And
what are you doing, Frank?
Yeah, what are you doing, Frank? And you know, and I was always at the front of the bus because I was wanting to be the first one off. And that's another thing too, is I was anxious, and but that calmed me down. You know, I was first one off the bus, first one getting taped, first one on the field. I always wanted to be that guy. But because of that anxiety, I guess you could call it, you know, I found different tools to deal with that. And one's the music, and another one is just turning it into a Saturday party. And we played our games on Saturday, and I looked at it, hey, this is just a Saturday party out with my friends. And I've always heard, and I've always been a believer of, hey, whenever you get nervous, just remember the time when you used to play the sport for the love of the game.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
That's cliche, but very true. And go back to the roots. And I just talked to these kids, my kids that I trained today, and I was trying to figure out what motivated them. You know, was it fear, love, or hate? And just remember why you love it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people do things because they're scared of getting in trouble for consequences.
Exactly.
Do you do it for the love of the game? Do you do it because you hate someone or something? And different motivational factors. So I think the important thing is finding what motivates you. Visualization is a key tool.
Yeah.
And finding the best way to relax for you and your game. You know, and like I say, it has to be tailor-made. But I think, I think I mentioned earlier, the visualization isn't necessarily a good tool for everyone. But can I retract that? Because I think it is. I think it is. But some people think they can just step on the field and just play because they've already executed 1,000 reps in what they've done, which is great. But hey, there's nothing like the game, right?
Right.
I mean, you can already play the game, like Michael Jordan said. You know, that's why he practiced so hard. That's why he practiced so fast, so the game would slow down.
Right.
And you know, it couldn't be more true.
Well, I think those are great insights about what you did before the game to know what would help you do your best. And you listened to a funny song that made you laugh and it calmed you down. You made sure you did your imagery and visualization and relaxation, and you turned it into a party so that when you got there, it wasn't a big deal. And then when you practiced hard so that when you got to the game, the way I call it the game, you make practice like the game. So when you get to the game is like practice.
Right.
And you've already been there, and it really gives you that ability to play your best. So.
No, it definitely does. I mean, no doubt about it. So.
Well, John, I really appreciate your time and your insights, and the folks who are coming on my website to get some more information and some more guidance at mental-edgesports.com. So appreciate all you do. Best of luck to you in the Utes next year and with your company, Red Blue Sports.
All right. Thanks, Seth.
Thanks, John.
Appreciate you.